And we are live. Hello and welcome back to New Paltz Sports Network, your home for all athletics news, information, and updates for your New Paltz Hawks. I'm your host, Lola Konopa, a sophomore middle on the women's volleyball team. And every Monday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on WFNP 88.7 FM and live on YouTube at New Paltz Hawks, we will take a closer look at the experiences of NCAA athletes from different sports here at SUNY New Paltz. I'll be bringing on student athletes here to have conversations, to get to know them, and give them the platform to share their experiences while playing here. I'm very excited to be here, so let's dive right in. Hello and welcome to episode 6.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some stuff.
First up, it is time to serve you some knowledge. Here is your sports fun fact of the day. Since we are talking basketball once again today, it's only fitting to mention that on March 3rd, 2024, University of Iowa's Caitlin Clark becomes the NCAA Division I all-time career scoring leader for men and women, surpassing Pete Maravich's career total of 3,667. Her 35 points in win over visiting Ohio State gave her a total to 3,685 and counting. Up next, here are some updates on the upcoming home games this week. And on Tuesday, March 4th, women's lacrosse will be playing Utica at 3 p.m. Last week, Saturday, March 1st, women's lacrosse lost to Skidmore College 6-13. On Wednesday, March 5th, women's lacrosse is playing Mount St. Mary for their Morgan's Message game at 3 p.m., so make sure you go out and support. Men's volleyball will be playing against Springfield at 6 p.m. Couple updates for you guys on men's volleyball. They had a very exciting win against Hobart College on Friday, February 28th. They lost the first 2 sets but were able to come back and beat the number 11 nationally ranked team. The leaders of the team being Jeff Nadorio with 15 kills and 3 blocks, and Nico Tenedorio, who led the team second in kills with 14. Chris Jane also earned 13.5 points for the Hawks, a new season high for him. On Saturday, March 1st, they defeated Elmira College 3-0, the leaders being Michael Spiegel with 11 kills and 3 blocks, and Nico Tenedorio with 8 kills and 2 blocks. The Hawks also beat Elms College 3-0, where Matt Teplansky earned a career high of 14 kills. They are currently sitting at an overall record of 8-8. Now for our away games this week. On Tuesday, March 4th, men's baseball will be playing at Keene University at 4 p.m. Couple updates on men's baseball. On Friday, February 28th, the men's baseball team bounced back from an opening weekend loss with a commanding 18-5 road victory over FDU Florham on Friday. On Saturday, March 1st, they secured a doubleheader road sweep against SUNY Maritime on Saturday, winning 10-6 in the first game and 7-6 in the second. On Wednesday, March 5th, men's lacrosse will be playing at Mount St. Mary College at 3 p.m. And on Friday, March 7th, baseball will be playing at Sanitary University at 11 p.m. and at 2 p.m. Saturday, March 8th, men's lacrosse will be playing at Marywood University at 1 p.m. and Delhi at 6 p.m. Men's volleyball will be playing MIT at 1 p.m. and Wentworth Institute of Technology at 3:30 p.m. Lots of games this weekend, so make sure you tune in. Now, that's it for the upcoming games, and it's now time to finally introduce our guest for today's episode. A fifth-year veteran with unmatched leadership, a key contributor to his team's success, and a player who's left a lasting mark on SUNY New Paltz's men's basketball team. He scored 207 points for his team this season, averaging 9 points a game, shooting over 43% from the field, and knocking down 35% from beyond the arc. He's been a consistent leader for the Hawks, but it's not just about the stats. His impact as a leader on and off the court has been a driving force behind the Hawks' success. Today, we are giving a warm welcome to the one and only Sean St. Lucia.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. And now before we get into the hard-hitting questions I prepared for Sean today, we are going to take a quick PSA break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Again, here's that song again for the 100th time today. Here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
All right, and now it is time for the hard-hitting questions. Are you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. As a fifth-year player, how has your leadership style evolved, and how do you balance leading the team while still pushing yourself to improve?
That's a good question. Actually, this year, my leadership style kind of changed a lot. I was kind of my whole life in my first 3 or 4 years here, I was very on people, kind of more of the louder voice along with Dakota. But I realized as our team got a little bit younger, we got more new guys, I needed a softer approach, you know what I'm saying? And not everyone gets, you can't get across them just by being loud and being like a drill sergeant all the time. Sometimes you got to be a little nicer. And that was a big part of what they kind of expressed to me, and I took their advice, and it worked well.
Yeah, a very important part of being a captain in my eyes is being able to adjust to who you have on the team. And I know you had a couple younger guys come in and were starting as well, making a good impact. So what did you do about that? Did you encourage them?
Yeah, I just, first of all, whenever people join the team, whether they're freshmen or transfers, I always try to make them feel welcome. I mean, no one wants to be feel like an outsider, feel like the new guy. So I just kind of bring them in, make them feel like family. And then that kind of makes, when you do get on them a little bit easier, they understand it's just basketball sometimes,
As long as you, if you have a relationship with somebody on the outside, they know they won't take it to heart.
Yeah, and
when
then
you're being hard on them.
You can bring them out after and say, hey, I'm sorry if I got on you a little bit. Of
course.
The heat of the moment.
Yeah. What's one lesson from your earlier years that you wish you had learned sooner?
Honestly, probably take care of your body. Stretch as much as you can. I never did that, and it came to bite me, especially this year. I started feeling it a lot more.
This is my sign to start stretching,
That's
I
right,
guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. With this being your final season and coming off a championship, did you approach this year differently? Did you feel more pressure, or was it just about enjoying the ride?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually had a conversation with the coaching staff of this season. I went in the office. I was telling them I felt different. I felt a lot more anxious going into games, and he told me he felt the same way. Because when you win a championship, it's not you do whatever you can, you fight as hard as you can, and you live with the results. Like you're expecting a championship, and so all those wins and all those steps you take to get there aren't as fun and enjoyable as they usually are.
Right, and after you win, all eyes are kind of on you.
100%.
So you gotta step it up a bit.
Right.
Yeah. Why were you anxious? Is that why?
Yeah, honestly, a bunch of reasons. I always get nervous before games. I'm always a pretty anxious player. But this year, it just felt like when you lose, like you're letting more people down, and you're not living up to the expectations, and it's just kind of a lot, especially with a new group. Like we lost a lot of good guys, so it was kind of hard. It still takes time to gel and come together and get to where you want to be.
Yeah. I just forgot what I was gonna say. Right. Sorry. We'll go back to that. You've been a key contributor from 2021 to 2025. What's been the biggest challenge of maintaining that high level of play year after year?
Honestly, just kind of finding your motivation and kind of what got you there in the first place. I know it's easy, like once you do things, you kind of got to fall in love with the details and the little things. Yeah. Because if you get bored of them or you skip over them, then you start to lose your edge a little bit. But you got to appreciate all the little stuff.
I actually talked about this with my coach, kind of that like mid-season dip.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like it just gets rough. And how do you go through that?
You just, honestly, for me, the biggest part is like talking to the guys, when it feels hard and you have a long day and your body's feeling it, and the days are stacking, like you just go to your guys and you try to have fun with them, bring out the best in every practice, every drill, enjoy it. Don't look at it as just a job all the time.
And it's kind of hard. How did you get basketball to not feel like a routine to you? Because it's kind of the same thing year after year.
Yeah, like kind of like what I was just talking about. Like the guys, they're the only thing in the coaching staff that make it different every day. Like you can do the same drills, you can practice every day, but they are really like they're a joy to be around. And like every single guy from 1 to 12, even 13, we got Amir who redshirted this year. Like it just, you enjoy each other. Like you go in and you make it fun.
Yeah,
you kind of deal with that.
Nice. Now, that semifinal game was absolutely crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Wild crowd, momentum shifts, and a couple of injuries. And I know your brother Ethan went down, Trevor has been out, and Alex went down as well. How did you keep your composure, knowing that you're going to spend some more time on the court as well, and losing some key players during that game?
Yeah, it was definitely hard. Like, I know especially when Ethan went down, I was kind of looking at him like I couldn't really believe it.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew what it was with his knee. Like I knew it wasn't going to be good, but you got to tell yourself like that's a Sunday problem. You got tonight to finish and you got a job to do tomorrow, and it's not just about yourself at that point. Like you can't get caught up in your feelings.
Right.
You got a whole team and a bunch of coaching staff and all like your family that are kind of hoping for that you win. Yeah.
That's impressive that you're able to like put that to the side, because I know I would get like frazzled, and I guess that comes with experience as well. In such a long season with ups and downs, I asked that already. What keeps you motivated? What's been your most memorable game in a New Paltz jersey, and why?
I've had a lot of them, honestly. Ones that come to mind were the playoffs last year. I know, and it was the semifinal game against Oneonta. That was kind of his best game of the year, and that was when he transferred last year. He was kind of trying to get his feet wet, trying to find his role in the team and be comfortable, and he really played well that game, and that was really awesome to see him get excited like that. And then honestly, the next day of the championship, I know it's kind of like cliche, probably everyone you have on say that.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, that was honestly one of the best days of my life, as like corny as it sounds. Like I never expected I would be in that position when I got here, and like when you work so hard and like you give everything with a group of guys, like it's so nice to be able to be like, yeah, we actually, like, we finished it, like, we did it.
Yeah. Like, all that work had finally paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And, like, especially my first 2 years, we get to the semifinals and we lose. And it's like, you work hard all year and then you can't get it done. It's like doing that 3 years in a row, that would have been tough.
Yeah. Actually, let's talk about your brother transferring in a little bit. Did you really, like, push that on him? Like, come to New Paltz.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when we were seniors and coach was recruiting me here, he had a great game, and coach started recruiting him to New Paltz as well. And he kind of decided to go his separate way, go to Geneseo. But my dad and I were kind of pushing, like, because I love playing with him. I love being around him, and my dad loves watching us play together. But after a couple years at Geneseo, it's kind of like he had a great time, but it wasn't what he was looking for basketball-wise. And then he pitched the idea to me, and obviously I was all for it.
Yeah. What's been your most... if you could give one piece of advice to freshman version of yourself, what would it be?
Keep doing what you're doing, honestly.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I like to live in the moment. I don't really, like, regret a lot of things. I don't think... Like, I think if... I'm happy with the way my career went. I don't really regret anything. That's
good. That's a good way to end it. I feel like even your freshman year, you didn't, like, dwell on your mistakes, really?
No, I was fortunate. The coaches really believed in me from day one. I mean, I was lucky I got the COVID year kind of to show, like, what I could do and get comfortable and get my body right, adjust to the speed, which not really any other class ever had, which was nice. But my teammates always believed in me. I had a good group of guys around me and coach, which obviously you get down on yourself. Like, that's easy to do, and that happens to everybody, but you got to control what you can control, you know?
Yeah, control the controllables.
That's right.
What legacy do you hope to leave behind for the younger guys on the team? New guys coming in, freshmen now?
It's not about you. Like that's kind of the thing I've always like stressed to everyone coming in here.
Yeah.
It's like you got to work for something bigger than yourself. If you think it's all about you and you come in with a mindset of I want this to happen with my career, it's just not. It doesn't always go the way you plan it,
No.
you know. And you have to be okay with that. You have to accept everything that happens and deal with it and keep rolling. I mean, you have to do whatever it takes to help the team win.
Right. Especially when you choose to play for a team sport.
Right.
You got to be all in for your team.
Yeah, if you're just thinking about yourself, you can play golf or do something
Or
else
tennis.
like that. Yeah,
Golf,
exactly. I mean,
tennis.
but when you're working towards a goal like that and you got 10 other people relying on you and
Yeah.
kind of looking for you to be like their leader, you gotta do whatever it takes to get them to win.
Yeah, 100%. What will you miss the most about being a part of this program?
The guys, honestly. I mean, you probably hear that a lot, but I'm very thankful for all the people that I've met here, and especially like my teammates. I do consider them family.
Yeah.
Like all those guys, I'm sure I'll be in touch with for the rest of my life. Like, Coach did a great job recruiting a lot of good guys, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. It's really like 1 in a million chances that you get to be with a good team that you all love. Because there's just so many people that kind of are there for themselves sometimes,
right, yeah,
too.
100%.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing about New Paltz, too. I feel like everyone's pretty selfless.
I agree with that. Well, that's it for the hard-hitting questions. You had some great answers.
Thank you.
And we're going to take another quick PSA break before we get into what the people want to know and the Hawks hot seat, so don't go anywhere.
There once was a boy wizard whose name was Larry Smarter.
Larry, why weren't you in Professor Dinky Doodle's mythical creature classification class?
Well, I'm taking Algebra 2 in a foreign language.
Oh, so you can talk to unicorns?
Not exactly, unless they're French.
Larry wanted to go to college, so he visited knowhowtogo.org to find the classes he really needed. Getting into college doesn't happen magically. Learn more at knowhowtogo.org.
Brought to you by the American Council on Education, Lumina Foundation for Education, and the Ad Council.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
All right, and we are back. Now, this segment is called What the People Want to Know, and if you'd like the chance to ask the next athlete a question you would like to know, stay tuned to @New Paltz Hawks Instagram story, where a question poll will be posted on Tuesdays, and you can ask what you want to know. So I selected 2 questions from the couple we received, and the first one I have for you is, what's it like being on the team with your brother? I know we kind of talked about that a little bit earlier, but...
It's awesome. I mean, growing up, we've always had the same friend group, so we've been best friends like forever. And when he told me he was actually deciding to come here, like, and move in the same house as me, it was a dream come true. Like, I love seeing him every day. I love going to work with him. And it made us, I mean, we were always really close, but it made us even closer.
Yeah. What's your proudest moment as a basketball player?
That's a really good question. I don't know, honestly. I think, I don't want to say it, but I think I'm going to say the SUNYAC Championship again.
I mean, like, fair. I would say the same thing if I won a SUNYAC Championship.
That's kind of what made me, like, very, like, satisfied in my basketball career. Because I never really won anything in high school. Like, I had a losing record from when I started all the way up to, like, my senior year of high school. That's when we started to be good. But, yeah, just being on that team, like, winning. And this year, honestly, I loved going to work with these guys.
Yeah. Well, that's it for that segment. And now it is finally time to put you in the Hawks hot seat. So I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Favorite hobby when not playing basketball?
Hanging out with my friends.
Describe the team in 1 word.
Family.
Who would win in a team talent show?
I'd say Umar for singing.
Really?
Yeah,
So you a good singer? You got pipes?
Is.
Pre-game pump-up song.
I don't have one. I don't listen to music before games.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, I know. I started to recently, especially because I started to get a little nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And it helped, but I never really usually know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
I just like talking to people. It calms my nerves a little better.
that's
I
so
like joking
interesting.
around, staying
I feel
loose.
like that's such a hot take. Wait, that's
I know.
crazy.
You haven't gotten that before?
No.
Wow.
You didn't even listen to music in high school?
No, like if the team had it on in the locker room before, but no, I like to just
Oh
kind
my
of like
God.
loosen up a little bit.
That's crazy to me. Go to post-game meal.
No, I'm not hungry after games. I know I'm giving you a lot of weird questions, but I don't really eat, like, especially because our games are late, like 7:30.
Yeah.
I don't eat much.
That makes sense. Teammate most likely to be late to practice.
Omar for sure.
He's too busy singing in the
That's
locker.
right. That's right.
Funniest teammate.
Oh man, I got a lot of them. AK's really funny. Zay's really funny. We'll go AK.
Okay. Best dressed on the team.
Lamar, not close.
Who talks the most trash on the court?
Dakota.
I knew that was
Yeah,
going to be an
that's
answer.
the lock.
Favorite place on campus?
Honestly, the engineering hall. I like that. It's a nice place to do homework.
It is pretty. It's a nice hall.
Yeah.
Biggest team rivalry?
I'd say Oneana. They're our travel
really?
buddies. You know, they always talk a lot of trash, but they're good guys.
I mean, I figured you were going to say Cortland.
Yeah, I mean, that was never really much of a rivalry. They definitely got us this year, but it's kind of a rivalry with everybody, you know?
Yeah.
You're not really friends with many teams, but I'd say Oneana because they're our travel buddies and they always talk a lot of trash.
Nice. One teammate you trust to take the game-winning shot?
AK. He's very, very confident.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What's one thing fans don't know about you?
I am colorblind.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can never be a pilot?
No, I guess not. Which I don't. I'm afraid of heights. So
Are
that's
you
good.
are you like full colorblind or just?
It's red, blue and purple, red,
Okay.
orange, kind of red, green a little bit.
Who on the team would survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse? None of
Probably
them.
me, I think. I'd say me, yeah.
Okay, I could see that. If the team had a reality TV show, who would be the star?
Dakota. Dakota for sure. That's a lock.
He's just got that personality.
Yeah, 100%.
Which teammate would make the best coach one day?
I think TK would be a really good coach.
Really?
Yeah, for Thomas.
Does he have like patience?
Yeah, he just has he has a kind of a gift of like getting across to people, especially to me. Like I'm a hothead, and he's kind of the one to come up to me and just be able to kind of like get me to my senses, calm down a little bit.
Nice. That's cool. If you could steal one skill from any teammate, what would it be?
Basketball skill?
Like, yeah. Or it could be
Probably
answer both.
Basketball skill, I'd probably go AJ's pull-up. I've never had a mid-range, and I think that would really help me a lot. Other skill? That's a good question. I don't know.
We could skip it.
Yeah, skip that one.
Who has the most game day superstitions? Is there anyone who has like a specific
AJ.
routine?
He's never really like around before the game. He's
he
always
mentioned
stretching.
he was he meditates.
Yeah, he does meditate. He's very big on that.
Yeah.
He's very calm during the games. He has a big routine.
I feel when I played basketball, I was always so like hyped up because it's such a fast-paced game.
Right.
So staying calm, I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, me neither. He's like I don't know. It's like he does yoga or something.
Do you have any superstitions yourself?
I don't stretch on game days. I don't know if that's a superstition. But
You don't stretch at all, clearly.
No way. Yeah, that's true. I definitely don't stretch much, but definitely not on game days.
If the team had to play another sport together, what sport would you guys pick?
Probably football.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of ex-football players on our team. I think we'd be all right.
Who has the best music taste on the team? Who's going on aux on game days?
TK's on there. I like TK's. He kind of gets like the vibes going a little bit. He gets lifted up a little bit. I think Ethan's got a great aux, and Lucas probably.
What does TK play usually?
Oh, anything. House music. He likes country. He likes his Irish music, whatever you want.
Do you have any hidden talents?
No.
No?
No, honestly not.
Nothing to share with the people?
No, I'm not super special.
Who is most likely to be ejected from a game?
Besides me, Dakota.
Mm.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of passion, just like me.
If you could change one rule in basketball, what would it be?
That's a good one. I think... No, I don't know. I don't think I would change anything.
Lucas, I asked the same question.
Yeah, what did he say?
He said a 4-point line.
Of course he did. Of course he did. Yeah, he loves shooting threes. I think that would be great for him. I think a 4-point line... I think that'd be
cool. How far would it be, though?
That's a good question. You know? They already moved back the 3-point line a little bit. I don't know how much farther you can get.
Yeah. If you could only listen to one artist or band for the rest of your life, who would it be?
Probably Giveon. He's like my favorite artist.
I've never heard of him.
No way.
What kind of
So
music?
He's giving you a look. That's crazy.
Gosh.
He's R&B.
Okay.
You got to listen to him. He's the best.
I'll check him out. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Probably what we were talking about earlier. Control what you can control.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of my philosophy. Like every day, like I don't get stressed a lot, and it's because like if I can't do anything about it, if I can't change it, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's one thing on your bucket list?
I want to get really good at golf.
Really?
I'm terrible. It's a lot of fun. I'm
terrible at golf,
Yeah,
too.
it's tough. It's probably the hardest sport skill-wise out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get really good.
Do you play now a lot or?
I wouldn't say a lot. I definitely go out when the weather's nice. I mean, a few guys on the team play. I know TK's the best. He's the best on the team by far.
I could see that.
I'm terrible.
Golf's all about patience.
That's right. He's very bad. Yeah. That's true.
Connects.
That's a good point.
Who inspires you the most?
Probably my parents, honestly. Yeah, they've always been there for me, and they always kind of taught me the right things.
Did your parents play basketball?
My mom played college basketball at Drew University in Jersey. My dad played college football.
Okay.
Yeah, but
did your mom push you to play basketball?
No. My parents never pushed me to do anything, honestly. They said, if you're going to do something, you commit to it and you finish it out, but I'm not going to make you do something you don't want to do. I just kind of fell in love with basketball.
Oh, that's cool. If you were stranded on a desert island, what teammate would you bring with you?
Besides Ethan.
Yeah, besides Ethan. You can't say
answer. Ethan. Honestly, Dakota. He's kind of a positive person. I think he would be able to kind of lift everyone up.
Do you think he'd be able to survive though? Does he have those skills?
Oh yeah, he's very good in outdoors. Yeah, he's always hunting and stuff.
If you had a theme song, what would it be?
Oh man.
This stumped my last guess.
Yeah, this is a tough one for sure. No, I don't think I'm going to get one for you. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to keep asking that question until someone gives me an answer.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
If you could switch lives with anyone for a day, who would it be?
Nobody.
Nobody?
No way.
Self-love. Yeah, I think that's all for the hot seat. Thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
And be sure to vote for the Hawk Athlete of the Week on @NewPaltzHawks Instagram story and website. Click the link and vote for who you think had the best performance of the week. Voting starts every Monday and ends at 11 a.m. on Wednesday. You listeners get to choose the next guest on the show, so get those votes in. Also, don't forget to submit any questions you'd want to know about our next guest. The poll will be posted on Tuesdays. Follow @NewPaltzHawks on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X to keep up to date with all information to support your athletes. And thank you for tuning in, and be sure to come by next Monday live from 7:30 to 8 p.m. on WFNP 88.7 FM for more for more news, updates, and to see another special guest. Make sure you stay tuned on our socials to find out who. Now, to conclude this episode, we are going to play a little game of Guess That Song. Sean, I'm going to play a 5-second clip, and let's see if you can name it.
All right, let's do it. Oh, I feel like this is something I should know, but I have no idea. I'm not going to lie to you.
It's Drake's new song, Nokia.
Oh, I haven't listened to Drake's new stuff yet.
Really?
Yeah,
You have to. I like this song, actually, and I'm not a big fan of Drake.
Oh, no?
No.
Yeah, I like Drake.
Well, thanks for coming on, and we'll see you next time.
Where the function? Where the function? The way I feel right now.